You're not supposed to make me cry before. Well, hello, I am Kristen Pena, and my son is Noah. Sorry, I knew I was gonna cry. Thank you. Okay, Noah is 5, and this is our last year here at Little Lighthouse. So let me start at the beginning. Noah was born January 7th, 2018, and he was 2 months premature, and that was because of a health issue on my end, not him. But when he was born, the first thing, first we had a team of NICU doctors and nurses in our room because he was going to be 2 months early. And with that, the first thing they noticed was he was born, I know people are eating, sorry, this is a little TMI, he was born without his anus. We did not know that was a possibility, and it apparently is. And so he had to have 4 surgeries to correct that. And so now that is all corrected. We call it his Gucci butt because it's designer, and it was very, very expensive. We like to find humor when we can. And then the second thing is they told us we are seeing some signs of Down syndrome. And to us, all we saw was our child. But about a week after he was born, we got our official diagnosis. We did not know when I was pregnant. They saw 0 signs on any of the prenatal things that they do, all of them that they do. We didn't see any signs. So it was a surprise for us when he was born, that A, he was born without an anus, and B, he was born with Down syndrome. But he was, and we spent 2 months in the NICU just because of him being 2 months premature. And in the NICU, the nurses talked to us about Little Lighthouse. And I want to talk about some of the thoughts and processes that us parents go through when we do get a diagnosis. And one of those is denial. I totally went through that. When the nurses at the NICU told me about Little Lighthouse, I was like, okay, we're not gonna need that, thank you. And I put it in the back of my mind, and I didn't even think twice about the Little Lighthouse. I knew what it was, I knew it was here, and I said, cool, thanks. And months went by, and in Tulsa, we do have a very big Down syndrome community. And after my denial process, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a few months. My first official event with Down syndrome was the buddy walk at the end of September, and he was born in January. It took me a while. And after that, I went to a meeting, and a bunch of parents, in the nicest, kindest way possible, were like, what are you doing? Go to the Little Lighthouse, get him on the wait list. What are you doing? And I was like, okay. And I went back and looked at my pictures, and I was able to see when I took my tour, because I took a picture. November 28th, 2018 was whenever I got Noah on the wait list here at the Little Lighthouse. He was born in January 2018. So it took me 11 months almost, or over, to get him on this list, because it took me that much time to be like, okay, this is where he needs to be. It's a process. Some people get that diagnosis, and this is the first place they go to. That was not our story, and that's okay. And denial is an okay emotion to go through, and it's a necessary one. For me, it was. But so November 28th, we got him on the wait list, took the tour, and I mean, if you guys got emotional during your tour, imagine having a child that you know is gonna go here, being on that tour. Whoa. But then I know they mentioned the early intervention program, and we got to start that April 2nd of 2019. Noah was a little over a year old, and we were involved here in the early intervention program, and we got over 2 full years in that program. And they talked about community, and it is such an amazing community that we get whenever we get to come every week to the school. Our kids get to learn and play and be kids. And we as parents, we get to talk to other parents, and we get to help us process our own child's diagnosis. Some parents are still in that denial stage. but someone forced them to get on the list and they were there. They haven't quite accepted that. But we as parents were able to talk to each other and get through that. August 23rd, 2021, he was accepted into the developmental center side, and he's been there. This will be his third year there. He's graduating, and I'm not okay. But it is hard to think of the milestones that he has gone through, what Little Lighthouse has helped him with, because it has been a part of our lives for so long. Literally every milestone that he has had has been here. People have helped him through that. I think the only thing he was doing before was sitting by himself, and that was a little iffy. Everything else has been because of this place and because of the teachers. So sorry. We are just so incredibly blessed that we get to be here at this school, and it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the Tulsa community and for donors. We as parents want what is best for our kids. We want to provide them the best. And if we had to pay for this, there would be absolutely zero way we would be able to afford to send him to a place that gives him the opportunities that he is given. And so for that, I just want to say thank you for you being here today, because you being here shows your commitment to this school. You want to learn more about this school, about our kids, and then for the Tulsa community as well, because literally without you, my son wouldn't be who he is today, because he has literally grown up here. This is a second home for him. I have a younger son, and if you saw him in the mornings, this is a second home for him too. He started coming when he was 3 weeks old to early intervention with Noah, and he's grown up here. He's 2.5 now. He's almost 3. So again, I just want to say thank you for coming, and thank you so much to Little Lighthouse for being such a safe place for parents and for especially our kids. But I know they talked about the parents and the community that we have, and it really is such an important part for us parents to be able to have such a space to cry and to laugh with other parents and to celebrate milestones that our kids have. Like we throw parties, we laugh, and we celebrate whenever our kids are doing such great things that doctors said they would never do. And we're just like, okay, yeah, right, they will. And we get to celebrate that with our friends, and our kids just are creating such beautiful friendships with other kids that they never would have met if it wasn't for this place. Because there are people who drive hours to bring their kids here, and our kids would never be in the same class if it wasn't for Little Lighthouse. So thank you.